I dare to say that you cannot become everything that you can be by being yourself. I believe that we're all actors and authenticity is just bad acting. Many of you will disagree, probably because it feels fake, like you're building some kind of superiority complex to soothe your ego. I think that the only thing that does exist is killing your inferiority. Because all our lives, people have built their own perceptions of us. Your family, your friends, colleagues, people around you, all of them have a different image, a different idea of who you are. And within those perceptions, there is also negative ideas that get projected onto you. And if you are even slightly aware, then you'll pick up those negative feedbacks, those negative responses as you grow older. And these become a part of you. And what I think, recreating yourself, building a new image that a lot of people will say inauthentic, fake, what that will do is allow you to kill the inferiority, kill the things that are in the way of you expressing yourself in your life. It's an act of defiance against the prison that you've been placed in. Like, you are this guy. Even the positive things that people attach to you, it puts you in a box, right? True authenticity, I believe anyways, is to discover all these new things about yourself. Like when I was 21 years old and someone told me, dude, be authentic your whole life, then I would have been the same fucking dude. Probably a very boring dude if I took that advice. I have friends that I met during my exchange in Taiwan. Those people mostly saw me running after women and being some Casanova for 6 months straight, whereas someone else might see me as a guy with a little bit more discipline. You have all these different perceptions, right? And these are projected on me. And something that I've always deeply disliked is when I feel that, when I can feel like, you see me that way, and that you yield to that. You want to play, you want to interact with the world, but you're being placed in this box. And like, what the hell even is authenticity? Am I being authentic now? I don't know. Is being authentic doing the thing that I've done most of my life? And for that reason, is that better? And that's why I think recreating yourself, creating a new image, rebranding yourself is such a powerful idea. And I don't think anyone is waiting for you to be authentic, right? They might think that until you start venting about how tough your last weeks have been, and then they'd much rather you be a good actor. So how do you recreate yourself in the most powerful way? How can you create a character that you can play on a day-to-day basis that is very much in line with who you are, obviously, allows you to captivate people, achieve more with your creator business, with your personal brand? The best way to look at it, I think, is to see it as if you're building a brand, right? Image, imagination, using specific types of music, which I'll share with you. And then fourth, most importantly, becoming an actor and someone who takes action. So, number one is to create that image. And there's 3 parts to that. There's the identity, which should have a name. That's the I am section. This is where you put together the character, right? The identity that you're going to play. Make sure to attach a name to it. A name that sort of identifies, highlights the face that's ahead of you, and really puts everything together. If you got that, then the I have section, you could basically write down your goals here, right? 20K subscribers on YouTube, some income number that you want to achieve, physical things that you can visualize very easily, number in your bank account, driving a certain car. Don't be afraid to be a bit shallow. Who cares? And this really creates the sort of physical scene for this identity to be pictured in. You can use ChatGPT, Midjourney, or simply go into Pinterest, which is just a very good way to kind of create that vibe for you. And just create a vision board. Don't underestimate the power of this, as we'll now get into the second step, which is imagination. If you are still one of those guys that doesn't believe in the power of visualization, imagination, if you still think that your brain even knows the difference between a physical experience and one that you visualized into great detail, you're choosing to work against yourself. It's like, no man, that doesn't work, it's a placebo, rather than trying it. But in that case, if you are skeptical, read this book, Psycho-Cybernetics. This book will change your view on that. But for now, imagination is absolutely overpowered. For about 4.5 years, every single morning, I've done the same routine. And usually when you do a routine for a long time, then that's a good sign. At least for me, I switch things up a lot. Every single morning, the first thing I do, I read through my identity, my material results, while already imagining exactly, to the feeling the Porsche logo on the leather steering wheel, going over that with my finger, like literally to that detail. And then you go into your vision board and you just sit there for at least 2 minutes, architecting that image. And I kid you not, it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life in a few ways. First of all, you're gonna, at some point, feel unintimidated by the goals that you've set, and you're gonna feel as if you deserve them, as if they're gonna happen any second now, and they always do. Whether that's the monthly income number, the business goal, the audience growth goal that you have. If you're serious about this, it will happen, and it freaks me out sometimes. Secondly, in terms of identity, you'll find yourself, for example, you want to be more seductive with women. You're gonna find yourself, and this is actually how it works, in a situation with a woman, and your brain is gonna make those new connections that you've been practicing now time and time again every morning. Instead of defaulting to those inferior thought patterns, it's going into these new exciting thought patterns. And that's where you get to play that new character in a natural way. It's not like you're forcing it. Your brain is doing it for you because you're building those connections. And books like these, they'll give you the science behind it, man. It's at this point you really have to choose to not believe these things, and that's okay. But you're missing out. Now you want to go to the next level. Add music to it. This has been a game changer in the last year, especially. 2024 freaking changed my life. I was stuck at like doing 3K, 4K a month for such a long time. And last year, things just completely changed for me. And I think a big reason for that is that I started adding certain types of music to that routine every morning. And I started to listen to it more and more, walking to the gym, or just these moments where you listen to music anyways. I'd put on that song and automatically there your brain goes. You go to work, architecting that image a little bit. And this works so good that I turned this into a playlist. On my website, you can catch the link to my playlist. These are songs curated over a long period of time. Every song that's in there is there for a reason, and you can just steal them as your sort of anthem for this next phase of this character that you're going to become. You'll find it somewhere on my website. And then lastly, most importantly, becoming that character. You should think of a heat-seeking missile. Destination is already clear. The only thing it does to get there is error correct. It's literally a feedback loop of, will this help me to get there? No, okay. Like, we make this so complex. We think of all these strategies and we get clenched fists as to, I need to become that character. I need to get those goals. We get stuck in strategies and tactics, right? Shiny object syndrome. While in fact, the only thing you need to do is think of that destination, that picture that you're making so visual. Have a relaxed focus on that image and let the how-tos and the strategies and the tactics, let them come to you. If you want to read a book about this, very short book, U Squared from Price Pritchett, I think. I want to show you the book, but it got stolen from my car on the way to South Spain here. Anyways, what that book in a very abstract way talks about, unlearning the default urge to sort of pull on everything and like try harder and harder and harder. Instead, to relax and just think of where you're going, and then to let the rest be filled in, right? There is this automatic mechanism, like a heat-seeking missile, that you're going to get there. You're on your way there. Everything that you need is already there. There's nothing you need to pull and push on. So as you go into the world now, relax. Never skip that morning routine. Put that song on repeat. And just for this next phase, really embody that character. Play around with the world. Enhance different parts of yourself that you have learned in your life work well. Dare to play your role with a little bit more distinction behind it. And see then how you actually become your authentic self. Because your authentic self, if we describe that as what you were intended to be, then that's your full potential. And your full potential will not be reached by you being yourself or doing what you have been doing. Recreate yourself and you'll tap into some powers and gifts that you didn't know you had yet. Good luck, see you in the next one.